They didn't win a Big Ten championship. They didn't go back to a Rose Bowl. It was a rough year for Wisconsin at the end. They struggled at the finish line. I'm Pete Fiutak for CampusInsiders.com, and we're breaking down the 2014 Wisconsin Badgers. Here's what you need to know to be an expert.
Oh, you're a clever one.
It's Wisconsin. You know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball, and run the ball again. Melvin Gordon's going to have a monster season. The offensive line's going to be fantastic. The problem is, if Wisconsin wants to go from very good to Big Ten title good, they have to have some semblance of a passing game, and now they're going to have to do without Jared Abbrederis, who did everything for them. When he wasn't making big plays down the field, this passing game went nowhere. The other key, they got to reload that defensive line in a hurry, and they're doing it with speed and athleticism. They lose 6 of that starting front 7 up front, and they lose the entire front 4. They're going to have to manufacture ways to generate a pass rush, and it's going to be a little difficult, especially early on. All right, Doug Chapman, who's your player to watch out for? Whoa.
Pete, my surprise player is wide receiver Kenzel Doe. He's a senior, hasn't been able to put it together. This has been a great spring for him. He's finally coming around. Undersized slot receiver. You said it, no more Jared Abbrederis. Maybe a wide receiver by committee. They can't just run the ball. They'll have to throw it. He'll be one of those guys that you know he's on the team, but he hasn't done much his whole entire college career. He's going to make a few plays for them in special teams as well. Watch out for Doe at wide receiver. He's my surprise player. Now let's look at the schedule.
It's not an overstatement to say that the opener in Houston against LSU might turn out to be one of the biggest games of the college football season, and here's why. The rest of the schedule is nice and breezy. Now, getting by LSU is going to be nasty. LSU does not lose non-conference games under Les Miles. But if they can somehow do that, and you look at the rest of this schedule, there's no Ohio State to deal with from the East. They don't have to deal with Michigan State. No Michigan. It is pretty simple. Nebraska, the one really tough team from the Big Ten West, has to come to Camp Randall. There is not a game left on this schedule that Wisconsin will not be favored in. If they can get by LSU, it's going to be a pretty sweet season. Doug, what do you think?
Choose wisely.
Pete, I see a 10-2 season. I think they're going to upset LSU week 1. Yes, I said it. They're going to throw the SEC on their head, give them a loss week 1. Look down the schedule. Maryland might be the team that upsets them, and then they go out and they lose to Nebraska, a la Penn State last year. I got them going 10-2.
They're not losing to Maryland at home. They get a week off to prepare for that game. This schedule is nice and breezy. They'll lose to LSU to kick things off. I think they run the slate the rest of the way, play for the Big Ten championship with a shot at college football playoff. I'm Pete Fiutak, and we're breaking down all the top teams here on CampusInsiders.com.